Okay, folks, Halloween is just around the corner. It's time that we start watching for the monsters. That's right, today is going to be a fun video. We're going to cover the monsters cigars that are made by Tatuaje. This is Simply Being Shipley, Cigar and Pipe, your unconventional guide to cigar and pipe culture, a real channel for real enthusiasts. Now, Tatuaje cigars are blended and rolled by My Father Cigars. Starting in 2008, the Monster series was launched as the brainchild of Pete Johnson, founder of Tatuaje. Pete's cigars are made by My Father Cigars, which he's tied to by marriage. The concept of this line centers around Halloween, and he created the cigars to take their influence from monsters found in books and cinema. Some of the blends are based on stuff he's already doing, with some tweaking to it, while others are very unique to this lineup. Each of these blends come out around Halloween and are very limited in production. Yearly, you will see some changes to the sizes offered, the presentation, and small adjustments to the flavor. While staying true to each original blend overall, you will enjoy these slight variations each year. This review will cover all of the skinny, which are the Lancero-sized monsters that were offered in 2023. This shape results in a sweeter profile due to the ratio of the wrapper to the binder and filler. Now, just quickly before we dive into it, let's talk about the beginnings. Each of the cigars listed here will show you the year that it initially came out and what movie or character it's based on. So we have the Frank in 2008, based on Frankenstein. The Drac, which is based on Dracula. That one came out in 2009. The Face, which is based on Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, came out the next year in 2010. While in 2011, we got The Wolf, based on the Wolfman. The Mummy came out in 2012, based on the character The Mummy. The Jason, based on Jason Voorhees of Friday the 13th fame, came out in 2013. The Jekyll came out in 2014, based on Dr. Jekyll. The Hyde, 2015, is based on the counter identity, the Hyde. The Krueger, based on Freddy Krueger, came out in 16. The Michael, based on Michael Myers, came out in 17. The Bride of Frankenstein, came out in 2018. The Chuck, based on Chucky from Child's Play, came out in 2019, as well as the counterpart to that, the Tiff, came out in 2019, based on Tiffany Valentine, also from Child's Play. Now for 2003, these are the cigars that remained in the lineup. We have the Chuck, the Drac, the Face, the Frank, the Hyde, the Jason, the Jekyll, the Mummy, the Tiff, and the Wolf. Let's look at these each individually. The Chuck has a Habano wrapper and binder and filler from Nicaragua. Matter of fact, just to get it out of the way, the main differences between all of these are the wrapper. The binder and filler for all of these will be Nicaraguan. Slightly different leaves from different regions in Nicaragua, but they're all Nicaraguan. Now, the Chuck in Lancero came out this year. It was the only monster that had a counterpart at the time in 2019, and that's the Tiff. The flavors include dry peanuts, earthiness, burnt orange peels, some red pepper, and some saltiness to it. It is not a bad cigar at all. I think you'll enjoy this one. The Drake, or the Drac, based on Dracula, came out in 2009, has an aged Habano Ecuador Maduro wrapper. Of course, binder filler is still Nicaraguan. It was the second release in the Monster series, and it's the only cigar that has a band on the foot for most of the sizes. Of course, the Lancero, it has it at the top, but the rest of them will have it on the foot. The combination of flavors here include sweet oak, leather, um, manure, not in like a poopy sense of way, but as in a earthy, um, almost composty type of way. I know that sounds bad, but it is not an unpleasant thing at all. As a matter of fact, this cigar is my absolute favorite of the whole lineup. You mix in some dark chocolate, again, that earthiness, and some black pepper that stays consistent throughout, and you have a really amazing grounded cigar. The Tatuaje face. San Andreas wrapper really makes a difference on this one. It has a full body complex with spices and woody notes, chocolates, and it is very smooth on the finish. This one is a good cigar, not on the level of the Drac. The Drac is again, in my humble opinion, the top of this lineup. Now, Frank. Frank is another extremely good one to get a hold of. This one features an aged Connecticut broadleaf wrapper, of course, Nicaraguan binder and filler. Its overall flavors include chocolate covered cherries, scotch, and a woodiness. The hide has an Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper on it. It delivers an undertone of woody notes, some black and white pepper, some graham cracker, chocolate, and it has a very smooth, clean finish. The Jason. This one has a Connecticut broadleaf wrapper on it. The owner, Pete Johnson, claims that this is one of his strongest blends that he has done to date. It is very similar to other cigars in his lineup, the Fausto and the Avion, but there is a twist to this which makes it unique. The Jekyll has an Ecuadorian Sancti Spiritus wrapper, which is a hybrid of a Corojo and a Pilio de Oro, and it creates a medium to full-bodied experience. Chocolate, wheat, baking spices, and just a touch of pepper throughout. Nicaraguan sun-grown Corojo from Esteli Farms is what sets the mummy aside. Now, this is a release in 2012 and has been a consistent yearly return since that time. You have a wood background, chocolate, and just a touch of pepper. As simple as this sounds, this is a very complex cigar and is my number 2 favorite out of all of these. So we have the Drac number 1, the Mummy, and Frank would be the number 3 cigar for me. The Tiff has that Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper on it, and it has complex woody notes with a bit of black and white pepper, some graham cracker, chocolate, and it gets very creamy as you get into the last third of the cigar. And the Wolf. The Wolf is my number 4 out of the entire lineup. This is an amazing cigar, Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper. The blend is very rich and offers notes of leather, nuts, and just an incredible amount of spice in the final third of the cigar. Definitely one you should try. So, final thoughts. We won't be doing ratings because each cigar is going to be slightly different, but let's just say that they all knock it out of the park. They really do. These cigars are unique and amazing. This Halloween season, you need to keep an eye out for these. And if you have an opportunity, get as many of these as you can. You cannot go wrong. We will be reviewing the 2024 lineup individually with an entire video for each one once these cigars come out, so watch for that. We really appreciate any time that you comment, so let me know what you think, which ones you want to try, and thank you for subscribing. If you haven't, please hit that little button over there. It really helps us out, and I will see you on the next video.